My girlfriend scoffed, "You'll never find better than me," and dumped me. I smiled, "We'll see." That night, I posted a photo with someone new. Her furious comments filled my page, but the worst part for her was the flood of likes and congratulations from our mutual friends. I, 31 male, used to live my life as the stage manager for the Bianca show. For 3 years, my girlfriend, Bianca, 29, was the undisputed star, and my role was to ensure the lighting was perfect, the props were in place, and the audience, mostly my own friends she had co-opted, was captivated. Our apartment, our social life, our dinner reservations, everything was meticulously curated to fit her brand. I was an accessory, and I was too deep in the fog to see it. The fog cleared last Tuesday. It wasn't a storm, just a sudden, chilling change in the weather. We were supposed to attend a gallery opening for one of my new clients. I was proud of the work and excited to be there. Bianca, scrolling through her phone, had other ideas. "I'm not going," she announced. "The artist is derivative and the gallery is trying way too hard. It's embarrassing. I'll text Mark and Anya. We can go to the Gilded Lounge instead." "Bianca, this is a big deal for me," I said, trying to keep my voice even. "My client will be there. We've had this planned for weeks." She finally graced me with her attention, her expression one of profound pity. "Honey, my presence is the support. Me being on your arm elevates you. Showing up to your sad little gallery does the opposite. I have a brand to maintain. We have a brand to maintain." The words "sad little gallery" echoed in the quiet apartment. 6 months of my life, my creative energy, dismissed as a social inconvenience. For the first time, I didn't make an excuse for her. "If you can't support me on something this important, then I don't know what we're doing," I said. She laughed, a sharp, brittle sound. "Oh, don't be so dramatic. What we're doing is over, apparently. If you're going to be this sensitive, then I'm done." She said it with the same casual air as someone canceling a food delivery. I felt a strange calm wash over me. No panic, no pleading, just the quiet hum of a machine powering down. "Done? Just like that?" "Just like that," she confirmed, picking up her purse. "Honestly, it's for the best. I need someone on my level, not someone I have to constantly pull up." She paused at the door, turning to deliver the killing blow with a smirk. "And for the record, you'll never find better than me." The door clicked shut. In the silence, I realized she saw me as a project she was abandoning. She believed I was nothing without her. She believed I would crumble. And in that moment, I decided my revenge wouldn't be loud or angry. It would be quiet, strategic, and aimed directly at the heart of her delusion, her carefully constructed social hierarchy. I picked up my phone and called Chloe. Chloe is a brilliant photographer I've worked with for years. We're close friends, united by a cynical sense of humor and a mutual unspoken dislike for Bianca's antics. "Hey Chloe, weird favor. Are you free for a drink in the next hour?" "For you? Always," she said. "You sound weird. What's up?" "Bianca and I broke up about 10 minutes ago." There was a beat of silence, then, "Oh, thank God. I mean, oh no, are you okay?" "I'm fantastic," I said, "but I need your help to prove a point." Her parting shot was that I'd never find better. I'd like to test that theory. Immediately. Chloe's laugh was a balm. "Say no more. I know the perfect place. Amazing lighting. I'll be your better." An hour later, we were in a chic cocktail bar, the Gilded Lounge, ironically. It was the exact kind of place Bianca used as a social stage. Sitting across from Chloe, I felt a weight lift that I didn't even know was there. I told her everything. "She's a monster," Chloe said, shaking her head. "A well-dressed, socially adept monster." "Okay, let's do this. Give me your phone." Being a professional, she didn't take a simple selfie. She composed a shot. It was artistic, intimate, and ambiguous. In the photo, I'm looking at her with a genuine relaxed smile. She's in the foreground, laughing, slightly out of focus. The lighting is warm and golden. It doesn't scream rebound. It whispers effortless connection. It was everything Bianca and I were not. Caption should be simple, she advised. No bitterness. I typed, "Well, that was unexpected. On to new beginnings." I tagged the bar. I didn't tag Chloe. The mystery was the point. I hit post. The reaction was immediate. The first like was from my best friend, Mark. Then Anya. Then a flood of others, my real friends. Then came the first comment. It was from Bianca. "Bianca, what the hell is this?" A few seconds later, another. "We broke up 2 hours ago and you're already posting pictures with some girl?" My phone started buzzing like a trapped hornet. The likes on my photo accelerated as people saw her comments. Then my friends began to comment, pointedly ignoring her meltdown. Good to see you smiling, man. You deserve it. Love this for you. A client of mine, great things ahead, Alex. Congratulations. The contrast was brutal, their calm support versus her frantic public unraveling. Is that Chloe? Of course it is. Were you cheating on me with her? Unbelievable. You're a piece of garbage, Alex. And you take her to the Gilded Lounge? The place I wanted to go tonight? The disrespect is actually insane. She was immolating herself in public. Each comment revealed her possessive, controlling nature. She thought she was exposing me, but she was only exposing herself. The worst part for her wasn't the photo, it was the validation I was receiving. It was the deafening silence from her supposed followers. No one liked her comments. No one defended her. Instead, the congratulations on my post became a chorus, dismantling the narrative where she was the prize and I was the pathetic, lost puppy. I showed the screen to Chloe. She was grinning. You didn't just find better, she said. You became better. In the space of 2 hours, a DM from Anya popped up. Please tell me you're seeing this train wreck. We are all so happy for you. She was a nightmare. Group call tomorrow to celebrate your freedom? The we was everything. Bianca wasn't the queen of our social circle. She was a tyrant, and my friends had just been waiting for a coup. The picture wasn't the revenge. The revenge was the truth. The picture revealed she was a black hole, and I had finally escaped her orbit. Update 1. I woke up to the digital equivalent of a battlefield tour. Bianca's late-night comment storm had been a sight to behold before she, in a fit of what I can only assume was horrified clarity, deleted them all around 3 a.m. But it was too late. My DMs were full of screenshots and messages of support. She had shown everyone exactly who she was. Her damage control campaign began at 10 a.m. with a text. The arrogant queen was gone, replaced by the saccharine voice of reason. Bianca. Hey, I was really out of line last night. I was just hurt and shocked. Seeing that picture, it was a lot. I said some things I didn't mean. Can we please talk? It was a transparently tactical retreat. She wasn't sorry for her actions, only for their consequences. She needed to get me back under control to salvage her public image. There's nothing to talk about, Bianca. You made your feelings clear. I was emotional. You can't just throw away 3 years over one bad night. And you have to take down that picture. It's humiliating. People are talking. People are talking because of the comments you left, not because of my picture. And no, I'm not taking it down. I meant what I said in the caption. I'm moving on. I muted her number, knowing a phone call was next. I needed to focus on the logistics of the separation. The apartment was mine from before we met, but her influence was in every corner. The most significant piece was a massive, wall-sized map I had designed. A custom piece of cartography from a fantasy series she claimed to love. It was my artistic masterpiece, a 3-month labor of love. For her, it was less about the art and more about the impression it made on guests. It was her ultimate prop. As I was taping up the 3rd box of her clothes, a frantic pounding started at my door. Through the peephole, I saw Bianca, her face pale and blotchy. The performance was over. I opened the door but stood my ground, blocking her entry. Alex, let me in, she pleaded, her voice trembling. We have to talk, face to face. No, I said calmly. You can tell me when you want to schedule a time to pick up your things. I'm already packing them for you. I gestured to the boxes piled behind me. Her eyes widened at the boxes, then darted past me to the living room, fixing on the great map. Her expression hardened instantly. You are not ticking me out. This is my apartment, Bianca. Your name isn't on the lease. You're moving out, as people do when they break up. This is because of that witch, Chloe, isn't it? She's always been jealous of me. This has nothing to do with Chloe and everything to do with you. You treated me like an employee, not a partner. You dumped me with a sneer and told me I'd never do better. You were wrong. End of story. She tried to push past me. I didn't move. Move, Alex. I need to get my things. Me. No. You're not coming in here to start a fight. You will schedule a time like a civilized adult. The venom in her eyes was startling. She had lost control of the narrative, the apartment, and me. Her gaze returned to the map on the wall. Bianca, the map is mine. You made it for me. It was a gift. I made it for us, for our home, Now that it's just my home again, it's staying right where it is. I'll take you to court. It's worth thousands. It's my property. I almost laughed. Go ahead. The invoices for the printing and mounting are in my name, paid from my account. It's a piece of art that I created and own. It's not yours. The artifact she saw as her social centerpiece was now a monument to her defeat, hanging in the apartment she was banished from. She couldn't stand it. You are a cruel, vindictive bastard, she hissed. No, Bianca, I said, my voice quiet. I'm just a guy who finally learned his own worth. You should try it sometime. I closed the door in her face. I could hear her screaming obscenities before she finally stormed off. The adrenaline faded, replaced by exhaustion. She had lost the public battle, so now she would bring the war to every other corner of my life. I had to be ready. Update 2. Bianca's covert war began in earnest. Having failed to rally any public support, she resorted to a campaign of private manipulation and sabotage, aiming to poison every well she could reach. It started with a phone call from my best friend Mark. Mark, dude, you are not going to believe this. Bianca just called me, crying her eyes out. Me, let me guess, a complete revision of history where she's the tragic heroine? You have no idea. She spun this tale about how you'd been distant for months, how she was convinced you were cheating with Chloe. She claimed she broke up with you in a moment of excruciating pain because she felt so neglected. The gallery opening, she said, was you flaunting your new relationship, even though you were begging her to go with you. That's impressively creative. She's building an entire alternate reality. I told her that made no sense. She started stumbling, accused me of being brainwashed by you, and hung up. She tried the same thing with Anya, who apparently told her to lose her number. She's not trying to win you back, Alex. She's trying to make sure if she can't have you, no one else will want you either. She's trying to salt the earth. Every friend she called saw through the act. Each attempt to isolate me only strengthened my friendships and further alienated herself. It was a miserable failure. So, she escalated, aiming for a target she thought was more vulnerable. My career. I do a lot of freelance design work, and my biggest client is a boutique hotel chain. The project is my baby, and my primary contact is the marketing director, a sharp woman named Evelyn. Bianca knew all of this. I got a call from Evelyn last Thursday. Her tone was professionally cautious, which immediately set off alarm bells. Evelyn, Alex, hi, sorry to bother you. I just had a very odd phone call from a woman named Bianca. She said she was a close friend of yours. My blood ran cold. She is my recent ex-girlfriend, Evelyn. What did she say? Evelyn? She said she was deeply concerned about you. She claimed you were going through a severe mental health crisis, that you were erratic and unstable. She strongly hinted that you might not be reliable enough to handle our rebranding project. She framed it all as her just caring so much, and not wanting to see you fail professionally. It was a breathtakingly vicious move. Using the language of concern as a weapon, she was trying to destroy my livelihood. It was calculated and evil. I fought back the surge of panic and focused. Me, Evelyn, I am so sorry you were put in that position. To be completely transparent, my ex and I had a very messy breakup. Her version of events is a fabrication designed to hurt me. I can assure you my health is fine, and my ability to deliver on this project is unchanged. As proof, I can send you the initial mock-ups for the new campaign by end of day tomorrow, a full week ahead of schedule. There was a pause, then a sigh of relief from Evelyn. That's what I thought. Honestly, Alex, the whole call felt like bad theater. Your work has always been impeccable. Don't worry, this will not affect our relationship in the slightest. Consider the source thoroughly disregarded. Bianca's plan had not only failed, it had backfired. My quick, professional response and early delivery solidified my reputation with my most important client. The final front was the apartment. She agreed via curt text to have movers pick up her boxes on Saturday, but added one last demand. Bianca, the movers will be there at 2 p.m. I expect them to be given the map as well. I have consulted a lawyer who agrees it constitutes a shared asset. If it is not provided, I will contact the authorities. A weak bluff, but I was done playing games. She wanted the map. The grand symbol of her social status. Fine, she would get it on my terms. On Friday evening, with Mark's help, I painstakingly removed the great map from the wall. I laid the massive canvas out on the floor. Then, I took a pair of sharp fabric shears and cut the map perfectly in half. One half depicted the Western Kingdoms, the other the Eastern Seas. Both beautiful, both incomplete. I rolled the two halves separately. When her movers arrived, I met them in the lobby. I gave them her 27 boxes. Then I handed one mover a single roll of canvas. "This is the final item," I said. The mover looked confused. She said it was a huge map. "That's half of it," I replied. "It's a shared asset. I'm keeping my half. Enjoy." I went back to my apartment, imagining the sputtering rage when a single useless half of her prized possession arrived. She couldn't hang it. She couldn't sell it. She could only look at it and be reminded that she had tried to break me, and had only succeeded in breaking the one thing she thought she could take. The bare wall in my living room felt vast and full of promise. Final update. It's been 4 months since the Great Partitioning. The silence from Bianca has been absolute. Her war of chaos ended not with a bang, but with the quiet fizzle of a spent firework. The fallout for her was, from what I've gathered, catastrophic. My client Evelyn was so impressed with my professionalism under pressure that she expanded my contract, turning Bianca's attempted sabotage into a major career boost for me. Socially, Bianca became a pariah. Anya ran into one of Bianca's old work friends, who said that after failing to sway our mutuals, Bianca tried to spin her victim narrative at her job. But her reputation for drama preceded her. No one bought it, and she became an outcast in her own office. The story of the half map became an instant legend in our friend group. It was the perfect, poetic consequence for her entitlement. According to the grapevine, when the single roll of canvas was delivered, Bianca had a complete meltdown, and in a fit of rage destroyed her half, tearing the expensive canvas to shreds. The ultimate symbol of her desired status was now just garbage. My life, in contrast, has become wonderfully calm. The bare wall in my living room stayed empty for a month, a blank slate. Then I began to fill it with smaller things that were truly me. Prints from artists I admire, photos from trips, a small, beautiful map of a place I actually want to visit. My half of the great map is now professionally framed and hangs in my home office. It's no longer a reminder of her, but a reminder of my own strength. And then there's Chloe. What began as a strategic favor between friends slowly and organically blossomed into something real. After the dust settled, we just kept hanging out. We'd grab drinks, go to galleries, and talk for hours. It was easy. There was no performance, no pressure. About 2 months ago, we were sitting in a park when she turned to me with a wry smile. "You know," she said, "for a fake relationship that started as a revenge plot on Instagram, this is starting to feel suspiciously like a real one." I smiled back. Well, that was unexpected. On to new beginnings. It's been the best 2 months of my life. My relationship with Chloe is a true partnership, built on mutual respect, support, and a lot of laughter. We haven't posted a single photo of us online. We don't need the validation. The ultimate revenge on a narcissist isn't to destroy them. It's to be truly, deeply happy without them. My revenge wasn't the post, the comments, or even the bisected map. It was the quiet, joyful, and completely Bianca-free life I've built in the aftermath. She told me I would never find better than her. She was right. I didn't find better. I built it.